What does it actually feel like to have your heart open versus your heart closed? A lot of people are talking about heart awakening, and I know one of the biggest issues I had when starting that journey of moving deeper into the heart was, okay, I get it, but I don't know what that feels like. You know what I mean? Like, it's all concepts until you have some kind of direct experience. So I want to give you a description of what that can actually feel like. Give you some practical examples of how that might be able to manifest in your life so that you can work with this concept, really grapple with it for real, not just in the realm of ideas. Okay, so the main thing that you can use to gauge this is when you're in and around other people. When you're in other people. Well, I guess. But when you're around other people, you want to sense in your chest, is there an openness towards that person? Now, what will happen when your heart is closed is that other people will come near you and you'll almost feel this this contraction. Your body is afraid. It's worried that you will be found out, seen, judged, not good enough, manipulated, that you'll be unsafe, that this person is dangerous. Your body has all of these ideas, which is accumulated from trauma and past experiences. So the key here is you got to realize that this is happening and you have to open your heart anyways. This is so confusing for a lot of us because it's like we buy the lie that our body is still living in this past. Our body is still living in the traumas that we've experienced. So we're like, it legitimately feels really real that I can't trust this person, that I should be closed off. What I'm telling you is that is a lie. And the only way even abusive and manipulative people abuse you and manipulate you is because you close off, because you shrink down. That's how they can manipulate. That's how they can use your contraction against you. So the counterintuitive move here is to open up, even if everything in our body is telling us not to trust. And then when we open up, we stay strong in that. And if we need to, we set our boundaries or we walk away. But you set your boundaries on the fly, not beforehand. It's just like, I'm gonna protect. You set your boundaries on the fly, you stay open. So what does this actually tangibly feel like? I want to describe it as much as possible. I'll notice sometimes I'll talk with people, and this is what it'll feel like. That person will say something, and I'll be like, ooh, they didn't understand what I said. And then what I'll notice is my heart wants to go like this. But what I've been training myself to do is to go, okay, they didn't understand what I said. Stay open. That's okay. I'm allowed to be misunderstood. It's okay that people judge me from where they're at. It's okay that I'm not seen in the highest light, in the most lovable way at all times. People are going to think what people are going to think. And so in that moment when the heart wants to contract, really watch this. Watch this when you're in communication with people. Watch this when you're talking with them. Notice those moments where there's either a little sharp disagreement, a moment of drama. Maybe they got triggered, they reacted. And notice how your heart wants to contract. Really catch this. This is very subtle. It happens very, very quickly. And if you don't notice it, you'll just go on with the same patterns. What you want to do in that moment is observe the urge to contract, almost like if I threw a stone at you and you didn't know, and the urge is to go like this, right? Your body wants to freak out. In that moment, instead of going with that impulse, you just stay. That's it. Heart opening is the actual natural state. It's so natural that we tune it out. It's our reaction, it's our closure, it's our contraction, which is actually the unnatural. It's the going against the way of the normal, natural human heart. the normal, natural human heart, its way is to be open. So that's the beautiful thing that we learn in our journey of heart awakening, is the more that you open your heart, the more you realize that that's the way, just like a flower, it has always naturally wanted to be. It is our gripping, our clinging, our contraction, which has kept it from its natural way. So yes, observe this. And in the same way with other people, this is really helpful as well, to notice that same contraction with your own emotions. So if you feel guilt, fear, shame, sadness, anger, any kind of emotion, and you notice that in that exact same way with another person, your body contracts, your heart contracts. You want to watch that emotion start to rise up. As it rises up, feel it. Notice how the heart wants to impulsively contract. This is a conditioned pattern a lot of us have learned. It's not safe, it's not okay to be in that emotion. And just let that come through. And all you're doing is you're just allowing and not contracting. I want to put this in simple terms because in the moment it can be challenging. You're just not doing anything. That's the problem, is that we've been doing stuff. We've been contracting. Collectively, humanity has contracted and shunned and avoided and negated and dismissed and neglected all of these emotions, like that. So all you're doing is you're just not doing all of that. That's it. You're not doing some new thing. You're just not doing any of the avoidance behaviors, any of the avoidance tactics. And in that way, the heart remains open, the heart remains clear, and the beautiful medicine of an open heart can trickle through you into this world and really help heal you and help heal other people. So that's it. A very practical guide to opening your heart. What does it actually look like? It's essentially avoiding the impulse to contract. It's a micro impulse. It's a very subtle thing. So you have to develop a certain degree of nuanced body awareness to catch this in the moment. So your homework, my homework, our homework is just to be with yourself right now and, of course, allow what you're feeling now. But the next moment that some emotion or some interpersonal situation arises where you notice your impulses to contract, I want you to just notice that, okay, it's happening now. And instead of going with that path that you've carved probably quite deeply within yourself, you're just going to say, oh my God, there's a spider web in my mouth. You're just going to say, well, actually, you're not going to say anything. You're just going to not do anything. You're just not contract. You're like, okay, this is totally cool. This is normal. I don't have to do anything about it. And this chills you right the heck out, man. I don't have to do nothing. I don't have to avoid. I don't have to neglect. I don't have to contract. This is totally cool. I guess a good mantra could be, this is safe. This is safe. When you're with another person and you feel like, oh, this isn't safe, chances are you're probably safe. It's the body which feels unsafe because it's programmed with the biological memory to basically say, I could get kicked out of the tribe. I could be socially judged. The hierarchy could collapse on me. Your body still has all of these biological ancestral memories to feel like it's not safe to be yourself when there's social pressure in these different ways. So that's it. Observe when this stuff comes up. I want to say one last thing is that this stuff sneaks up on you. Right when you stop paying attention is when it will come. And that's precisely why having a certain mindfulness around this will be key. And that's when you can come back and think to this video and remember, yo, this is safe. I'm going to stay open. So that's it. I love you. More videos to come.